What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. I hope you guys are ready, because today we're getting into some fun. To start it off, we have X-Men Forever issue number 3. At this point, I don't need to tell anybody what's going on. If you're watching this video, if you're reading this comic, you're well aware of what is happening in the Fall of X. I'm really excited about this comic because we finally get some idea on what is going on with Doug Ramsey, aka Cypher. If you guys remember back at the Hellfire Gala, Doug Ramsey was essentially absorbed into Krakoa. Krakoa said that he had to be protected. Cypher was Krakoa's communication with the world, a translator of sorts. And so for its survival, it knew that Doug had to be protected. But as you can tell by the cover art, there's a little more than just Doug going on in this comic. We have the confrontation of Destiny and Mystique. After learning the truth about Nightcrawler, about what Destiny did, Mystique is livid. She's out for blood. Not only this, but one of the most powerful mutants to ever exist returns to the fight. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we immediately pick up with Doug. He has been asleep for quite some time, and Krakoa fills him in on everything that he has missed. About the gala, about all the hell that followed afterwards. But Krakoa lets him know that they are finally home. Letting Doug out, he pops out, only to find that they are at war. At the Pacific Krakoa on Earth. The Sentinels are attacking, mutant kind is defending, and Cypher enters the fight. As we pick up with Sebastian Shaw. After everything has gone sideways, Shaw's recognizing what's going down. More than that, his assistant is an AI, created to take down Shaw when the opportunity was best. Being able to detect telepathic communication with Emma Frost, the AI robot goes to take down Shaw. But Shaw, communicating with Emma Frost, is trying to kind of win his way back to Krakoa. You guys gotta remember, Sebastian Shaw is a guy that plays both sides. All the time, anytime, whenever it suits him best. He's like a cockroach. He is always going to survive no matter what happens, no matter who he betrays. He always finds a way to make his value worth more than his death. But passing on a single binary phrase, a backdoor to the Sentinels. He tells Emma Frost to pass this off to Doug, to tell Cypher to stir up some trouble. And so with the Sentinels attacking, fresh guns coming right off the vine, and Sinister handing them all out. With Destiny back in the timeline, she is recognizing that their future is destruction, that they do not win. Exodus telling her to silence her mouth. That she is a council member, and he will destroy her if she voices such defeatism. Now, Doug having that single binary code, he goes ahead and he spouts it off directly at the Sentinels. And this shuts them down. This is when Exodus takes over, flying up and knocking these Sentinels in the face. One by one, he demolishes them. And while Destiny says that they may be winning this battle, they're not gonna win the war. Shaw being able to escape away from his AI and get to his security vaults. Inside of here, Sebastian Shaw has a backup plan. He has his X gene ready in a needle directly into his neck. That's why Sebastian Shaw was so willing to give up his X gene. He already had a backup plan, a simple injection that would give his powers back. As we hop over to the White Hot Room, this is where we have Hope Summers. And Hope and Jean are communicating. Hope is letting Jean know that there is more work to do, that they have many stages that they must go through. But if she's going to hunt down the Phoenix, Hope is going to need a lot more than a 9mm. She needs to be able to send a message home as Jean soars, looking like the Phoenix through this darkness. She tells Hope to hurry, that the Phoenix is scared, that at this point it would be almost a kindness to put it down, to have the rebirth. This is where Hope, she knocks on the ground. She knocks on the roots. These roots send out an SOS directly to Doug Ramsey. With him getting the SOS, Rachel gets in contact with Eden. Manifold has shown up, a man that simply has to ask the universe for something to be done. Rachel knows that they gotta get back to the White Hot Room, but also Destiny needs Nightcrawler. With Manifold opening up a portal, he pulls him through. Nightcrawler showing up, and he already knows. He knows the truth. He knows that Destiny is his mother. As she goes to apologize, this is where Mystique comes out of there, guns blazing. Nightcrawler tries to intercept, but Mystique is furious that Destiny knew, that she wrote it down in code. Nightcrawler grabbing hold of her guns and then taking off. He gives Destiny the opportunity to say her piece. This is where Destiny explains why she did everything she did. Now, before, her visions only extended to Krakoa. In no timeline did she discover the truth before now. When she returned to life and got a second set of visions, she saw timelines where they uncovered the truth. Destiny and Mystique finally had a child. She knew Azazel, the demon, would ascend to power. Worldwide chaos, many deaths, including Mystique. Destiny had to stop this. She needed something to use against this man, against this demon. That something was Nightcrawler. She says that it wasn't enough that Nightcrawler was born. She was afraid that they were bad influences, even now. But Azazel would kill them, kill Mystique and Nightcrawler, if he didn't become an X-Men. She had to give him up to save him. And then she chose for Charles to purge her memory. The idea of not having them was far too much for her. And while Raven chose otherwise, it tore her mind to tatters. Now here at the very end, they all know. Destiny apologizing to Nightcrawler for the life that he has had to lead. It is a life that she chose for him, but not one that she would wish for anybody. He tells her that he is happy and angry, that his feelings are very complicated, but they're gonna figure it out. For Destiny though, she doesn't love Nightcrawler. She made Xavier block away those feelings completely, so she can never feel anything for Nightcrawler. Xavier was supposed to remove these. He was supposed to take these blocks away, but now he is in the hands of the enemy. Mystique now has to ask, why are we still here? Now we go get Xavier. But Destiny refuses to tell her where Xavier is, because if she goes, she will die. The future currently being a minefield. She refuses to lead Mystique into that. As they argue over this, Exodus tells Kurt that it is time to go, because he is needed in the Arbor. As they open up the gateway, they say that this isn't great. It should be like mining Mysterium, but it's not. It is farther away and all kinds of messed up, with Manifold saying that it's never been safe. And it's even worse now. But Destiny lets us know it's the people that are living there. Subjective reality warps, the pure pre-existence creativity of the room. That is what broke Jean Grey. That is how it is as stable as it's going to get. If Destiny's plan works, they won't be going back. Not like this. Nightcrawler unable to go through, and Exodus isn't going to let him. Exodus says that it needs to be him, but he does ask for Kurt's Hope Sword. As Exodus takes that sword and he goes to find Hope, he tells her that it's not too late to let somebody else take the burden. We are seeing them communicate between the White Hot Room and regular Earth. This gateway opened up by Manifold, but it is so powerful that only Exodus and individuals with his level of durability could even attempt to give the weapon to Hope. The weapon being the Hope Sword. And Hope is letting Exodus know that it can't be you, that it has to be me. Hope knows that there is probably no return from this. She tells Exodus to be good, throwing the sword to her and Exodus asking if there is anything else. She goes to mention something about her dad, about Cable, but that is exactly when he shows up. Knowing that he would come to say goodbye, he waves her off and she whispers, "I love you," and then the gateway closes. Now Hope wielding the Hope Sword. This is where we learn an interesting truth. The Hope Sword is alive. It is alive, and it is David Haller. It is Legion. One of the most powerful mutants to ever exist is the living weapon that Hope is going to use to take down the Phoenix. Now, swords aren't really Hope's style, so they're gonna go with something she's a little more comfortable with. This is where we see Legion transform into a gun, much more fitting for her. And then Jean Grey appearing before her. Jean is letting her know that the Phoenix is going to be hard to find, that she is off in the nothing, that she would rather lose herself than die. But Jean can help. She is going to do what she can, floating above time and space. Coherent now, She can lead and watch for trouble, but it is all going to be up to Hope to actually handle this. This is where we pick up with Enigma. Enigma learned the truth from Mother Righteous. Hope as a great hunter, rebirthing the thing that could be the real threat to Enigma, and it is in the place that he can't even do anything about. He cannot interfere directly inside this place of outside time and space, but there are other things he can do in other places and other times. This is what takes us to Anchorage, Alaska, 9 months before Hope's birth. Going up to Louise Spaulding. He is here to talk about her pregnancy, or her pregnancy that may never happen. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. He has finally returned. Legion is back. All of us had wondered where he went. Legion became the Hope Sword that Kurt had been carrying around, been using this whole time. And now that weapon is being passed off to Hope. Hope Summers, the last hope for everything. Exodus has called her a messiah, and more it is looking exactly like that. She is the great messiah. She is the great savior, wielding one of the most powerful mutants as her weapon, having her own abilities on top of that. They are going to put down the Phoenix so that it can be reborn. And with that rebirth, we are going to see the Phoenix rise and be something that can take down Enigma. But Enigma's making his own plays. He has already sent out a message to all the other Dominions. If a Phoenix is reborn, all the Dominions will come. But Enigma is also making a backup plan, trying to prevent Hope Summers from ever being born. If Hope is never born, there is never a hunter. There is never a messiah. There is never a savior. If Hope Summers is never born, the Phoenix never returns. If Hope is never born, Enigma wins. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up in everything going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content we have coming out. And with that being said, until the next breakdown.